What is up guys, Synq here and we're back on Star Trek Fleet Command. Well, the title of the video gives it away, so let's just get into it. Now, to get hold of the STELLA, it is completely free. Yes, finally, a ship that is completely free. Now, if you go to the Battle Pass, obviously there are the two sides, the free side of the Battle Pass or the side that you have to pay for. I actually bought it. Don't know why, but the free side of the Battle Pass, if you go over to the Tier 5, and as you can see here, 50 BPs for the STELLA, 50 out of 100. Now, to get the other 50 BPs that you require, you need to go to Tier 10 and the other 50 BPs are there. So the ship is actually completely free to get. You don't actually have to buy anything in the Battle Pass. So yeah, finally, a free ship. That's good for some free-to-play players out there. So here we go, we've got our STELLA in dock. Now, currently I've got Epic, Kirk, Bones and Uhura as the crew members, but obviously that could change. We're going to obviously look at battle logs when we put the STELLA into battle and see what sort of damage it's taken, what sort of weapon fire it's taken, so we can actually determine what crew we're going to use at a later date. But that's something we're going to look at later on. Now, the ship ability I do find quite interesting. The STELLA increases the reward you get from Eclipse hostiles and Armada targets by 200%. Now, that's not a fixed 200%. That actually does increase as you are leveling the ship up, upgrading it, tiering it. So that will actually go up depending on, obviously, the tier of the ship and the amount of experience it's got. Now, to actually upgrade this, I do love this. There's something that is absolutely amazing about this ship, because when you upgrade it, this is unlike any other ship out there. When you actually upgrade it, it requires no resources whatsoever. The only thing it does require is uncommon uranium. Now, uncommon uranium is actually found in the Rogue faction store. So let's quickly have a look over there. So here we go, we're in the Rogue faction store now, and if we scroll to the bottom, here we go. As you can see, uncommon parts, you get 2,630 uncommon uranium. That's just for one chest. Now, you can buy multiple chests, but just to let you know that 2,630 uncommon uranium will actually upgrade every single part in your STELLA at Tier 1 to upgrade to Tier 2, and will fulfill every part in Tier 2 apart from the photon torpedoes. So just one chest will almost get you to Tier 3. Which is kind of nice. Now, obviously, you guys can go ahead and look in your faction store to see the requirements, because I can't remember whether it was the uncommon exchange loot or whether it was the Rogue faction coins, which is over here, I think. Is it this one? Yes, there we go. The Rogue credits, sorry. So I can't remember which currency it was to actually buy the uncommon parts. I wasn't really paying attention when I was doing it, but you can have a look there as well. So now, if you guys read the patch notes or checked out my video about when this patch came live, or if you were even looking at the Commanders Hub video on the STFC YouTube channel, which Panic did with some of the designers, there was mention about scrapping the STELLA. Now, the whole point of scrapping the STELLA is, from the storyline, is that Harry Mudd, when he used to go out robbing stuff, he used to take his ship back to the scrap shop and basically just scrap the ship to change its warp signature so it could not be traced for each time he did a heist. So that's kind of the story behind it. But for in-game, when you actually scrap the ship, depending on how much experience you've earned on the ship, depends on the rewards you get back. Now, don't worry, when you do scrap the ship, you do get a token which you can actually use in the faction store to get all the blueprints and rebuild the ship again. So I'm going to quickly scrap the ship after upgrading it, just to see the rewards we actually get. Okay, so the STELLA is now ready to be scrapped. Let's look what we get. Right, so we get Stellar Particles, 200 of those, which is used for research. We've got a Stellar Hull Scan, which is basically the token you can use in a faction store, as well as 64,000 titanium and 2,585 dilithium. Now that was actually the cost for building the Stellar. So let's quickly go over to the faction store just to get the BPs again. So we've now got the Stellar to level 5, and as you can see, the ship ability Master Thief has increased the rewards by 300%. So we're going to quickly head over to a system and see how that actually works out. Right, so now our ship has arrived in the system, we're going to be looking at the exchange transports, and what we're mainly going to be looking at is the rewards. So for this level 29 gives 42 of the Eclipse security codes. Now this kind of works sort of the same line as the Borg probes, that the ships do give different rewards. So this one's 40, it's less. So instead of obviously burning through your Stella's whole HP and getting destroyed and coming back again, what I suggest is possibly looking through the system, seeing what the top reward and the bottom reward is. So instead of just wasting your ship, you're making sure that you get the most out of obviously all these exchange transport rewards. So we're going to see 300%. So we've got 42 on this one. Let's quickly go and attack and see if that 300% works. Okay, so we've come out with 162. It's not too shabby, considering that these are actually quite low level ships. If we were actually to head over to a high system like a level 34, obviously the Stellar can't handle it at this level, but if we went over to have a look at one of these level 34s here, the reward would be 261, and obviously with the Stellar being leveled up, you are going to be getting a lot of these Eclipse security codes. Now the Eclipse security codes, as you can see here, they are actually one of the currencies for the Rogue faction store. Now everything's on cooldown, so I can't actually show you what you can actually buy with them, but you can go ahead and look obviously in your own Rogue faction store to see what you can actually use all these different currencies on and what actual items require what currencies. But yes, that is the Stellar, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Anything else you want to know, just leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer it if I can. If I can't, I'll find out somebody who can. Otherwise,